Hello and welcome to the Legends and Lads Cricket Podcast. I am Chirunandhan Srinath, your host for this week. Joining me on today's podcast is one of our podcast ex-podcast host, Shanmukha. He was my first co-host when we started out this podcast 5 years ago. We couldn't have Maitreya, Vijay Lokapalli sir and Rakesh Rao sir on this show. Hopefully they can join us in the next week's episode. But Sharmuka, how does it feel to return to this podcast after 5 years? Our voices have changed, our maturity level and understanding about cricket has changed, and the way we think about the sport, the way we analyze it, is also become different. So I'm sure you will be having a wonderful time for the next 20 minutes where we talk about the T20 World Cup 2026, and especially because we are the defending champions and India have won. Not convincingly versus USA, but yeah, we have a lot of things to discuss about the Indian team. Also, some of the headlines that have been happening in the T20 World Cup as of 11th February 2026. Welcome back to the podcast. Shanmukha. How does it feel to be here after 5 years?
Well, 5 years is a really long time, and I think you, Chirunandhan, have done a tremendous job along with Maitreya and various other senior pros at this game. And I think there couldn't be a better time than the T20 World Cup right now, which is in India, and with plenty of cricket and drama going on around the scenes.
Yeah, right. We'll start with Mohammad Siraj, right? He played his last T20I in July 2024, and he has always been looked at as an ODI player or a test player. He had an amazing series in the England when he played the test series. He does bowl in the IPL for Gujarat Titans, and he had a decent stint with the Gujarat Titans. Suddenly Harshit Rana gets injured, and Siraj, he's packing his bags to go to Germany and Spain to watch football matches there. And he gets a call from SuryaKumar Yadav, and he calls him and tells him that he has to pack his bags and come for the World Cup. That was the first game in Mumbai, and Siraj was like, don't joke at this moment. Put yourself in Siraj's place. Someone calling you and telling you you're going to be part of the T20 World Cup squad. The match is going to be tomorrow. Pack your bags and come. First of all, the person who's telling you is a man who cracks jokes. You can't believe it. And at the same time, when you get next minute you get a call from the selector and says, and he confirms it. How does your feeling be? And you could see his emotions when he spoke. Siraj told, he mentioned that it is all God's plan, and he's happy coming here and then happy going to Mumbai. And also, he had a wonderful game after nearly almost 2 years of playing. The last T20I, he bowled a wonderful power play spell, 3 for 29 wickets. His overall bowling figure in that match, and he took us home. So, Shanmukha, how does it put yourself in Siraj's shoes, and how do you feel when someone calls you like that and says, be part of the World Cup campaign in a day's time? You're not selected in the original squad, but you have to join in a day, and you're shocked.
I think Siraj is no newbie to such surprises. I'm definitely so happy for him because he has missed out on a lot of sporting action which I felt deserved to be in. 2025 Champions Trophy, I felt he could have also had a shot at it. But the problem is, or the lucky thing is, India has lots of options. So even though a cricketer, whether batsman or bowler, is really good, there might be some time when they just miss out on the playing 11. And I think Siraj also understands this aspect of cricket. And I think he's making everything out of the chances he gets, which was shown against USA in Mumbai.
And first of all, watching the scorecard at that point of time, live scorecard, and seeing 6 wickets fall for almost, I mean, if it would have continued the whatever the flow of Indian batting lineup, if it would have gone that way, I think it would have been a very subpar level score, and I'm sure USA could have chased it if not for the man. SuryaKumar Yadav. We know what he's capable of. We also know that he was coming from a dry patch before the New Zealand series, and he took. I mean, there were questions about him being in the World Cup squad because he was the captain. He will be occupying a spot for sure, and he will be playing a crucial role. And there were so many questions about his recent past before the New Zealand series, and then came the New Zealand T20 series where he took on the New Zealand bowlers, and he proved to the world that he has something left in him. Maybe he could play the next T20 World Cup as well. Maybe not as a captain, but as a player. But Surya Kumar Yadav playing a game versus a associate nation, and him seeing all his other partners getting out quickly. And if you see the fashion in which the players got out, they were getting caught on the boundary. And normally when you think about a Mumbai Wankhede pitch, you think it is a high scoring game. And I was seeing stats, Shanmukha, and uh, I had read somewhere, I'm not sure, but the last game that was played in Wankhede T20 game, uh, I think it was RCB versus something, and it was a very high scoring game. Forgive me for not remembering the numbers, but I mean, normally you would see Wankhede as a high scoring game, and suddenly it was spin friendly, and you were seeing wickets falling like anything, and you had that. I can't pronounce his name, but the USA bowler, South African origin. Uh, I'm sorry, pardon me, but he had a wonderful bowling spell there. And if you see, I think he's continuing to be. I think he is in the leaderboard of highest wickets in the tournament so far as well. Suryakumar Yadav, if you see, first 21 balls, he was 21 of 21. The next, he races off to 84 of 49 when the innings folded. So I think, he played it in the gaps, and I was seeing the highlights, and I was really, I felt pity for the USA bowlers, and all of us love Saurabh Netrawalkar, if I pronounce his name right. Uh, we all love him because of his heroics in the super over versus Pakistan in the last T20 World Cup, and he's an Indian as well. So I felt pity when I saw Surya Kumar Yadav hammering him his over. I think for 21 runs or so, but it's an expensive over, and I think he's the most expensive. He has the most expensive spell in the T20 World Cup history now. I think 61 runs he has given away in four overs. So, yeah, Shanmukha, your thoughts on Surya Kumar Yadav leading from the front, and also I mean, it has exposed India's weakness, right? Like we are a strong, formidable team, but when against associate nation, if we could suddenly fall apart like that, it could happen in other games as well, and other crucial games. So I think we need to stitch back together. And yeah, about Surya Kumar Yadav and the teams.
Chiru, I don't think it's something new that India has the middle order or the top order has faltered so much in the past few years. There have been many occasions where that has happened, but the times when India won was typically when one or two batsmen stitched together a partnership, or like how Surya Kumar Yadav pulled off a Maxwell kind of innings here. I think that's key to India winning future games, because it's been, I think, pretty frequent that the Indian batsmen, a majority of the Indian batsmen have not fared well on the ground as a collective batting unit in the past few seasons of T20 cricket. And Suryakumar Yadav, yeah, no one has denied his potential. I mean, he has put up some pretty good shows in the recent IPLs, and it was just that, as he himself said, not having a good day on the field, but he's been doing tremendously in the nets, and he has backed that up pretty well against USA.
Yeah, and when we go to the next match versus Namibia, we are not going to have Abhishek Sharma, and we saw how Sanju Samson unfortunately lost his spot, and he could. I mean, it is what to say? I think it is a very cutthroat competition, and when Sanju Samson had, I think, one or two dry games, Ishan Kishan came in instead of him, and he fit really well in that role. And now that Abhishek Sharma is injured, maybe say for a game, he's hospitalized due to stomach illness. Do you see Sanju Samson coming back and making a way for himself in the top order? And how important for him it is to seal his spot. Say, I mean, maybe not seal his spot, but whatever games he gets, um, due to Abhishek Sharma's absence, how much he should capitalize on it. And I'm sure it is a tournament and it's not an individual kind of thinking that the 15 players will have. So how is Sanju Samson going to look at this opportunity, and what do you think will be going on his mind? Seal a spot or be grateful for whatever opportunities he gets and just play them with the best of abilities that he has.
Mm, I think Sanju also knows that, he cannot seal a permanent spot at this stage of the T20 World Cup. But I think he'll be looking out to make the best of his innings because, if he doesn't make the best of his innings against Namibia, if he's selected, he may not be looked up for future T20 series. So, performing well in the match against Namibia is very important for him to be even considered for future T20 games after this T20 World Cup. I mean, he has couple of years, good number of years left before his career ends, so he'll want to be on the top of the selectors' minds.
Yeah, and Shanmukha, there's a lot of drama that has happened with Pakistan, and I'm really waiting eagerly for this segment of the episode. Uh, they it isn't an official report from Pakistan Cricket Board, but there were many sources that said that they had made three demands to ICC. First demand is increase the share in ICC revenue. Next is they wanted to restore the bilateral ties with India, and also look into that handshake row that happened in the Asia Cup. And Pakistan showed off to the world as if they were happy and content with the outcome of the ICC meeting, and it was very clear that they didn't gain a thing from the ICC meeting. It was just that Bangladesh didn't get any financial penalty because of boycotting the World Cup. Uh, and if the sources were true, then the three demands made by them is, I think I'll call it foolish, because they went into the meeting, or the meeting was called because they wanted to boycott an India Pakistan World Cup game, and they wanted to restore bilateral cricket with India. So I don't think so that is actual boycott. I think that is they tried to, maybe they're in a dire financial need and they want bilateral series to recover their whatever financial gains in that. And it was, of course, ICC wouldn't have agreed to Pakistan boycotting an India Pakistan game because it contributes to the major share in the tournament, and a lot of fans would have booked tickets and across the globe, and I'm sure um ICC wouldn't have done such a step. So yeah, your thoughts on Pakistan's hypocrisy when it comes to cricket?
I think this gimmick of Pakistan was, very easily predictable, as the Indian assistant coach Ryan Tinderskate said, and that all the Indian cricketers were prepared for this. I think to me, Pakistan's stunt was just to gain leverage over India, and them boycotting the match because Bangladesh wasn't done so called justice doesn't make any sense, because when Pakistan hosted the Champions Trophy, India played in Dubai, and when India is hosting the T20 World Cup, Pakistan gets to play in Sri Lanka. So them arguing on the chance of Bangladesh, to me, doesn't make real sense or justice in this thing. And yeah, they were given a chance to play in Sri Lanka, which is more than what they should be happy with. And the three demands that they make, I think, as I said, this gimmick was to gain leverage over India, but I don't think they can gain any leverage as such, because their financial situation is pretty bad, and hence it was the ICC that always had leverage over them. And I think ICC finances so much of Pakistan cricket board's budget over the years.
Okay, this will bring you to the end of today's episode. Thank you, Shanmukha, for joining us. Hopefully, you can join us for more episodes.